All right, so welcome back, everybody. This is like a little recap, just to kind of cover a little what we've been doing. Um, by and large, the last session was a mix of the portal closing in the mausoleum, and getting us escaping that and returning back to Kanos. A mix of that with Val going through a series of trials from the Raven Queen to be her champion, due to his sacrifice, which helped close the portal. And then, as y'all were meeting with Ileana, talking about directions of kind of some major fronts that were happening between a Titan attacking Alundria and a lot of humanitarian aid being needed in some of the skirmish countries, a diplomatic summit, and a couple of other little things that were all on the table. Emmy went off to take care of one of those, which is studying the crystals that the Ainarians are using for their technology as a way to maybe bridge the gap so that they, if in some way that you can utilize their same tech, then maybe you can, they won't be quite as superior of a force. And then when she went off to do that, everyone else decided to go to the diplomatic summit in Taft to help prevent the spread of some of their messaging about the world leaders being at fault. And even though there is some truth to that, some of the idea is to show that those aren't necessarily the people in power, and that those that are in power still have the good of the world at heart, and things aren't as bad as it may seem. And maybe to try to prevent some of the policies of taking place, but also, like secondarily, the Ainarians will be there, and so in some way trying to prevent them to be provoked, or at the very least, maybe continue to postpone and stall any warlike efforts. Even if it is inevitable, the longer you have to bridge the gap in superiority, the more likely that you can actually do something about it. At the moment, they could conquer the world with little effort, and so it seems. And so we kind of don't want to spark them into doing that. At the moment, they're more that conquest isn't their aim, and so they haven't really been prompted to do so. But they do need to make changes, or at least they feel justified in the way that there needs to be changes in the world, and their show of force is their leveraging arm in order to do that.
That fancy. Trying not to provoke them.
Yes. Correct. Provoke them.
Mm-hmm.
Encourage. That's what I do as a bard.
At this stage of the world state, they have blockaded major areas, and that is also putting on other tensions in addition to just like the messaging being popular, becoming popular with the populace. The fact that trade and aid and other things are being stifled adds a significant amount of other pressures that are also likely to affect how people act and react in the summit, as well as what kind of policies and things that they may be making in response to all of this. It is true that they have, while not necessarily conquered, they have control of most of their own continent, and with the blockades, have significant pressure pretty much everywhere in the world at the moment, with some pretty intense pressures there. They do have, I say, not co-conspirators, but they do have more direct allies. From those from Davin are the more human allies, and Vineholm was the more elvish allies, and then Irdra is the halflings, which have been for centuries the mediators of a lot of conflict, just historically. They're often called in because they're well respected and liked by everybody, at the very least neutral with everybody, that they're often come in as mediators, but they are now somewhat sided with them in this, which in and of itself is another pressure point for the world. When we left, we had just finished our meeting, and we're heading off. We had, things were decided. You were told to go get some rest and do what you need to do. Once you get some rest, you can make preparations or do things that you might need to take care of before leaving. The summit isn't but a few days away, and you have effectively instantaneous transport. And there are some preparations that will be taking place before the summit, so you'll want to be there for most of those. So you did need to leave soon, but not like this moment. You did have some time to prepare and rest and that sort of thing, and that's kind of where we left it. So Eliana let you be, and you went off, and you have some private rooms in the castle, or move about town, do as you wish to get ready.
Dagan tells everyone we should take advantage of the night off. However you want to do this. I do believe I'm going to head out for the night. But perhaps at the end of the night, we can meet at Izzy's bar where we were at, where we went to last time. Letting them figure out what they want to do. Dagan's gonna take his leave, and he wants to. We don't have to do this in session or anything, but he wants to head down to the temple.
Okay.
For just hour or two. He'll take it. There's a little bit of travel time there because the temple's a little bit outside town, but he just wants to do some reflection. It was one part reflection and one part he just wanted to see how's the temple doing. With everything going on in the world. The temple used to be kind of the front, and it's no longer on the, it's in a pretty safe area now. He just wanted to see how it was going. I think he just needs something familiar.
Yeah. So you can head over to the temple. Like I said, it is a bit out of town, so it's a tiny trek, but it's not unreasonable. Of note that there's actually quite a bit of quiet solace at the temple. There are those that are there that work there, that with some coming and goings, some prayer offerings, that sort of thing, but it seems like cold serene. So everything's like very fine on the surface, but there's an air of tension, nerves, probably easily conceivable for the relationship with Mistra and the Weave, and the fact that Naylor is gone in another dimension as a direct response to that. There is probably some level of good face with unknowns, that they don't know what's going on, but they are, confident and with only a little bit of anxiety and worry, just kind of underlying interactions.
I sent you a thing on Discord. I think I sent that last week. When he does pray, that's the gist of what he does. If he doesn't see anybody he used to know there, he'll just sit in silence for a little bit, and he'll eventually come back up to rejoin the group. I will before I leave because it was sort of a multi faith temple, and there was a room. It was always said it was sort of representing the halflings of the Badlands, and I always felt like it was missing something. He just, as he leaves after he does his praying and reflection and whatnot, he walks through that room and he just stops there for a few moments. Uh, I don't know if he's getting a vibe check. He doesn't really expect anything to happen, but he does walk through that room before he leaves. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going for there. So turn it back to the group.
Well, Fancy has to get some rest. He's too beat up to go whoring, but he's going to go whoring anyway. Nah, I think he just wants to be in the atmosphere. So not making any money and not drawing attention to himself.
That's not possible. Follow along to whatever seedy place he ends up, and make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble.
We are in the we're in a major city, yeah. Just make sure. I want to go to the library and not burn paper. Gotta be clear. And I want to look for shipwright information, and technologies related to what our enemy are using. And figure that's something I could do as an artificer.
First skill roll of the day.
What the? What are books?
Oh yeah, balance has been restored.
He ends up going with fancy.
I found the library.
All the books went.
So close, yeah.
Library's closed and I don't have a library card. Shit.
Describes my college experience for sure.
You know what? I'm gonna make it a 14. Is it now? My int is 20. Oh yeah, it would be 15. Yep. Let's see. Man, it's so much smaller now on the screen. Let's see. 15. Yeah.
I know that you use some. I just don't know how many.
I'm not sure. All right, let me check my tracker. And that made Fantasy Grounds angry.
Yeah, I think I see you got some left. So.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I got Flash of Genius, and did I have another one I could use? Let's see. No, yeah, Flash of Genius would make it a 15. Yeah.
Okay. So you'll spend a little bit of time rummaging through some books, and you're specifically trying to find information about ships and magic and crystals that are associated in enhancing any of their functions, right? I mean, that's the general gist of the research. Okay.
Functional infusion. Mm-hmm.
Anybody else doing anything specific?
Well, Val will just go ahead to the previously agreed upon meeting point ahead of time and just kind of skulk around, see if he pick up on any gossip or things going on relative.
All right. Yeah. If you are also roll either investigation or perception, depending on whether it's more perception if it's more passive, investigation if it's more active. Let you decide on the approach. Ooh, reliable talent coming in. Okay, so more passive. Okay. Well done. The library is pretty extensive, and they have quite a bit of stuff on magic. In terms of shipwright, they've had. There's a lot of information about magically infusing the wood used to make ships, whether it's fey wood or druidic wood or magically arcane enhanced wood that either can store magic, can work as in itself as a source of magic for others that utilize it, like a focus, or like a pearl of wisdom, or not a pearl of wisdom, but a pearl of power that stores spell slots. Like there's different things that people have done throughout history. It's still very rare to do so. Most ships, even of like the very wealthy, it takes either specialized wood or specialized rituals, and either the cost or the function gain isn't worth in a lot of cases to do that sort of thing. There's also a lot of weaponry tends to be a lot more direct on how magic has been infused in that sort of thing, whether it be magic ammunition, just very similar to magic bows or magic crossbows, but on a larger scale with ballistas and the like. There's even been some, talk of like how they can utilize certain spells affecting the water or the wind to increase speed and things of that nature. But on the scale that they're talking about, sustainable, built in, just is not, doesn't exist from a technology to magic use. It's for any kind of permanence like the Ainarians have. This is new. This is definitely new levels, new tech.
Okay.
Um,
And then I will head to in search for the rest of my party.
as I trail about with Fancy, I assume that I would in any seedy bar or wherever he ended up find like the um little ladies in the back corners that are like missing 3 or 5 teeth, sipping on warm beers, and talk to them about like the cultural like remedies, like the onions in the sock kind of,
The old wives'
like
tales.
old wives' tales, yeah, the cultural wives' tales of the area, and each neighborhood would have like different ones, right? It's like,
Yeah, some of them are weird. Like hanging a duck upside
Yeah.
down on, in a window, specifically does something.
yeah.
Leaving broken eggs out on the table does, like all the weird stuff.
But some of those, you get one or two occasionally that like, oh hey, yeah, that probably actually does work.
They're all
Right.
100% true.
The you have pretty strong herbal remedy knowledge, and so you can put science to conventional wisdom, in a way, and in the folklore wisdom. You're very good at separating the superstitious from the effective, and you get a couple of little nuggets of things, some that you already knew about, in general, but a couple that are like, all right, yeah, maybe I can put that into a future remedy. And then Val's been looking for some passive intel, just kind of getting the mood, that sort of thing. And there's a lot of little whispery chatter. It's surprising in the capital city of Kano, of Kanos itself, to not have people on kind of board with the messaging, because most people have moved here because of the actions of the previous heroes and leaders that's founded this country, and so there's a lot of support. But you are surprised to hear how many little murmurings of, well, maybe our folks aren't so bad, but across the world, look at all the bad that's been happening. Think about all the stuff that some of the bad wizards were doing, and think about how these bad actors have nearly brought about the end of the world a bunch of times. Some of these little murmurings keep coming through, even here, which is telling. I imagine about this time is about the time that everybody would be kind of coalescing at Izzy's bar.
I'm assuming that I got the redhead.
With the club foot and the eye patch.
It is not hard for you to talk much about your gallantry and the all of the things that historically you and have been capable of and have accomplished, especially in recent times. And as a result, There are many that are envious and eager to listen. Maybe some that are just wanting to be a part of such grandeur.
Excellent.
You lot are not unknown in the city now. You're not like on posters and billboards and the like, but um, by and large, most of the populace has seen you come and go a couple of times now, and particularly when you arrived and Ileana met you from her big speech. It was pretty public. Like, who are those people? What are they doing? You know, it's like da da da. And like, so the names and faces started to circulate as people of interest, and it has been somewhat circulated. Some of the things that have come into effect. They don't know what happened. They don't know the details. They don't even know anything about this last trip to Erden. But they know that you did something good, and so that carries a lot of weight in this city.
Excellent. I guess eventually I go to the meeting point.
And so you all gather at Izzy's bar for a round and a.
Mm-hmm.
Say I get back last. I'll order around, and I look at Val as if I'm gonna say something, but then I don't. Just say to the groups like we're about to be outside of our element here the next few days.
What are you talking about? This is going to be easy. Look, I've got it all planned out.
I'm
Puts
listening.
Fancy puts his hands down on the table. This is how it's going to go down. When we get there, I am going to root out all of the uh, groups that are interested in kind of like doing whatever those high elves are doing. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to be sympathetic to their cause, and without making them mad, it's going to be. And then once we know who they are, then we know who to like make sure. And then Fancy stumbles off and starts telling a story about the redhead for a minute that he saw.
At first, you were enamored, and then it was like watching I Love Lucy. And you got disinterested pretty quickly. Humored, but then disinterested.
Well, maybe you're onto something. Maybe we can use you to maybe sing praises for their cause. And you're gonna really have to change the way you look, though.
What? I am fantastic at disguises. Wait. What are you thinking? What do you have in mind? Is it? You think we can do that gorilla thing again?
With you, a gorilla story can go so many different ways. Um,
You can see Fancy's eyes wondering about. He's like clearly uh, contemplating all the different disguises that he could come up with, and you can see him changing facial expressions and characters and running through different ideas in his mind. One of them happens to be something with a gorilla, but then there's like an old man and a young woman and a little boy and on, you know, as he's just like just. But you still haven't said what you have in mind, so he's not there yet.
well, you started it. You could try to speak for their cause, and you can speak in such a colorful way and see how many of those people who really take an interest to what you're saying.
That's a good idea. How do you think I would look as an elf? Hmm.
I was thinking more like a mustache. You're just in the middle.
Oh, and just in the middle. Hmm. We can do this. We can do this. But then once we know who the players are and who's interested and who's sympathetic to that, then what do we do?
Well, we'll know a lot more than we know now, so that's a plus.
Well, I think we should go and play some cards. And Fancy pulls out his deck of cards and does some stupid bunch of card tricks trying to impress. But you guys have all seen these tricks hundreds of times, and
Like the fancy shuffling and the like smoothing it out
yeah,
and like flipping a card from one hand to the
up
other,
the sleeve and down the sleeve. Yeah.
rolling through your fingers. Yeah.
Going to be a lot of diplomats there, and so far all of the resources of Ralidar are pretty much going for the INR problem. When like to give witness to the things we have seen and the other threats that we face, and maybe get some support to that cause. Timing is so. If this
Curious.
Yes. Like, we would have stomped them down so easily if all of the resources were going against the Radiant Eclipse, but it's been just us almost. So maybe we can get some more resources pointed towards that. At least let them know. I do not know how to start really talking to diplomats and trying to create diplomatic favor. I look to Amaros. Like I don't know. I think I want you with me when we talk. You're insightful. Maybe you can help guide the conversation.
I believe the threat of fire and violence works.
I mean, understanding where they're coming from and what they want is the biggest thing, and then finding common ground.
That could work too.
And making sure it is what they really want and not just what they profess to want. If the people from INR truly feel like they need to take control to reduce threat, I don't see how they could snub their nose at the actual realization of threat that we already have present. It should be their resources being put towards solving these issues as much as the people here. Kanos.
Going through all the intel we found, the Radiant Eclipse had some success infiltrating high levels of high positions in government. At least in the Shadowfell. Who knows? Who knows what they have done here, and who knows if their influence have gotten all the way to INR.
Timing could be coincidental, but the suspicion lingers. There might be other factors that influence, but you know nothing. So that's part of one of our major objectives, is to find the difference between suspicion and truth. Yeah, are we ready?
Well, when do we set
Are
sail?
we ready to pack it in for the
Fancy
night?
gives a little bit of a yawn.
Yeah, I will. I will spend before I go to sleep. I will clean up the armor quite a bit and try to dress more diplomatically or a little more uh fancy looking. Not fancy, fancy, but nicer looking.
Dressed
A
to
little more
impress.
kempt. Yeah.
Excellent. It's nice. You all kind of feel a little um, a small semblance of peace, even though that there's, for whatever reason, this constant, ever evolving and ever impactful need for you to be in the thick of things, to have a couple of hours to talk, to sit and not be under this immediate threat. Looming threats abound, but just in this moment, some level of peace uh, helps drain away some of the tensions, anxieties that you've built especially over the recent events. It's still, for most of you, this balance between potential grief and relief, and then now that you've picked a direction, and then Val made it back, and all of these things are kind of coming together, roiling together, and so being able to let that go for a period of time has been very helpful. Make your way back to the castle, take respite for the evening, mentally prepare yourself for the next day, and then take a long rest. In, while we have the town no longer the nightlife, but the bustling bit of the day, anything anyone wants to do before going and seeking out Ileana, which was kind of your last directive, is whenever you're ready, go see her.
How are we on potions and things?
Yeah, I probably need more spell components. That stupid diamond thing used up for a waste.
Your diamond dust for your glyph.
Yes.
Your glyph of
incense and diamond dust, 200 gold worth. I've got to find a way to go get that.
in this city, components of that nature are abound. You have plenty of access to purchase any reasonable, regular things, whether it's components or regular healing potions, that sort of thing. It's anything beyond that. If you were looking for any kind of shops with magical effects and the like, that would be a much rarer kind of thing, especially given recent events. A lot of those things are being, what little there were are being bought up and consumed and or appropriated in mass. So doesn't mean they couldn't exist. They just would be difficult for them to.
I would be looking for a 300 gold diamond.
Easily enough. Oh, there's also, let's see, hold up. We got.
We just subtract the gold if we're going to buy that because I just want to make sure I have it.
Yeah, we. Let me go ahead and pass out. There's a little bit of money in the party sheet that didn't get. I didn't click the split for. So your gold pieces in your.
Oh, nice.
Your gold pieces should be in there. You also have some platinum, and remember, plat are 10 gold apiece. So, that's not trivial amounts of money that y'all have. Y'all aren't extraordinarily wealthy at the moment. You'll spend a lot, and you haven't really come across anything like a lot of value while you were in Erden. some useful things.
Oh
but
yeah,
not just like
since
gobs
we
of money.
Brad, since we had the rest, I what do you call this? Attuned. Yeah, I tuned to this belt. So I'm waking up with a fantastic beard this morning.
Which thing did you not? Or wait, were you at? You were at 3 or 4 attunements, right? And so you could pick a fourth one. Is that correct?
Yeah, and that's a fourth. Yeah,
And you're no longer attuned to the pipes. Is that correct?
that's right.
Okay, yeah, we had done that before. Yeah, so yes, you indeed have an impressive beard. Are you you? Let's see. I think there's some. There's a 50% chance. Let's see how.
Roll for beard.
Roll for beard.
Roll for beard.
Roll me a D100.
Yes.
51 or
Okay.
higher. You got a beard today. One to
I don't know how to do D100. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. An 8. No beard today.
Oh, come
No
on.
beard today.
Just when I try to pose as an elf, I'll get a massive beard.
We'll have to flip a coin each day, effectively.
You did get some extra bushy hair. It was just somewhere else.
Yeah. Right on the kneecaps. I mean, no. Yeah, and so for a lot of you, we probably, like, there might be some item effects that got cleared when we were doing some other stuff. So it might be important for us to, racial and or item effects, to double check that those effects are still applied. Know that we lost in.
I don't know if this game knows how to do it because I did the belt thing. Does it know that my constitution is supposed to go up by 2 in addition to the vision thing that it has?
No, it won't know either of those things.
So how do I do that effectively? What am I supposed to do? What's the right way? I know I don't just click on my con and change it to 18.
I think that might actually be what we have to do, but then we need to make sure to adjust hit points as well. I think that doesn't happen automatically when you adjust your con, but it does on anything that's like rolled, like con saves and all that stuff. But the stuff that happens on level up, which is just hit points for con, it won't know to do that. So yeah, just type, like, click on con and then type 18, and then increase your hit points by 9. You get 1 hit point per con per level, or per con bonus per level.
Done.
Yep. And then you also get. You'll have to know about when you might apply the advantage for your charisma checks on the Dwarven kind. You do now know Dwarvish, so in your, I think it's the abilities tab, at the very bottom there's the languages, and you can click plus and type in Dwarvish.
Looking through my bag of holding, I don't see any other gear we haven't had to eat or anything yet.
And this is the belt that Fancy pretended he didn't get, even though it was clear that he got it, right?
Oh, it's super clear.
It looks like that worked just fine on the Dwarvish. So, like, in the chat, it says understood by Fancy and Weldon. Apparently, Weldon also knows Dwarvish.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Fancy? What'd you just say? You're grunting.
The dark vision, basically on your main tab under senses, right where it says like 15 perception, you essentially just type in the word dark vision space and then the feet 60. Dark vision space 60.
Did I do it?
I'm not certain. Under the senses here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think Zeb, it was really the dark vision that sealed the deal on me. He's like, oh yeah, that totally gotta go to fancy.
The I think I just put it on your main tab, under senses now. Do you see dark vision 60 there?
On the main, under senses, I see what I typed, dark vision 60.
Okay, and then 15 perception beside it.
Oh, I put 60 in the where it says 15. You mean?
There's the number, the perk is your passive perception roll, which is 15, and then it is just dark vision space 60 in the words that are.
That's what I typed there. That's what I see.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yep. I mean, that's what I see, but I typed it, so I don't know. I was just making sure that you saw what I typed.
I'm gonna open up. Yeah, I see it.
Okay. That looks right to me. The other thing is the poison resistance. You'll have to build an effect for that. It might already exist. Yeah, there's a thing called Dwarven Resilience in the effects that's just resist poison. You can drag that to yourself, to your combat tracker self.
Say that again.
In the effects, so on the top right, there's like the crosswords for combat tracker, and then there's like the little person with like the little stars around their head for the effects. And then I just typed in the word poison and hit enter in the search bar. And one of them is Dwarven Resilience, which is resist poison, which you can apply that effect to yourself on the combat tracker. There it is. Yep.
Thank you.
And if anybody else has got stuff, might be
No, I don't think I do.
worth checking, double checking anything, any of those passive type things from your race, class, or gear. I just see that there's some there's a couple blanks, and I thought most people had at least a little something, but I don't know. I'm not 100% certain.
All my stuff is like
Reactionary rather than static.
yeah, bonus action stuff.
Okay. All right. Anything? So we had. Let's see. A diamond. You wanted to buy. Some incense and diamond dust for fancy. You wanted to buy.
I'm just replacing the one that I used.
Yeah. Okay.
For 200 gold.
I don't really have enough gold to go item shopping, I don't think so.
Yeah, nothing big, but if you got like basic items or basic potions, generally.
I subtracted the 200. I subtracted the 200.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I have a few potions on me already.
You're
Yeah, I see 17 regular potions in the party, 3 superior healings and 1 greater healing.
Yeah. We have a lot of people who can do little heals, so
And yeah, okay. I mean, if y'all ready to go visit
Um,
Ileana or do something else, let me know.
I have a question. On my background, I have like the haunted one background. So like part of that, the Heart of Darkness is, though they might fear you, commoners will extend you every courtesy and do their utmost to help you. Unless you've shown yourself to be a danger to them, they'll even take up arms to fight alongside you should you find yourself facing an enemy alone.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to like, I don't know, like how do you keep track of that?
I mean, the last bit is I get is very situational. Like if you were in a crowd and you got
Right.
jumped, then people would you know, hey, what are you doing there? Stop that! You know, like they would jump in to try to do something there.
Yeah, it's more of the like when you're talking to people, the them trying to help you and showing you courtesy. Is that like
The courtesy part is more of just you've been through it, and so it's like not exactly pity, but it's in a way it's a big bit of oh poor you, you know, here's some tea, how you doing, you okay, kind of thing. But that to help you is not like oh, you need to buy a carriage, so here's 1,000 gold. I'll do my utmost to make sure you get it. It's not that, right? But it's more of the what do you like? What are your obvious needs in the moment? If they found you in the open, then they would, you know, make sure you had warmth and clothes and food, like that sort of thing. They would come to your aid from that kind of level.
that makes sense.
The common rabble throughout. They can see their suffering in you and don't, want to prevent that from propagating.
As they're about to leave, Fancy stands up and he says, "Up before Forge warmed and marching to kiss some perfumed ring. If this city slicker don't speak plain as hammered iron, I'll give him grudge deeper than McClan's vaults." Stomps away.
You sound like an idiot.
exactly what we want.
All right, y'all ready to go visit Ileana, or anything else you want to grab while we're grabbing?
Yeah, I definitely would have had a big bacon breakfast and then bacon and eggs, and then definitely
Steak, egg, and cheese bagel with a big breakfast from McDonald's. Pull into the drive-thru.
Kano's food may not be the best food, but he's missed it, so.
It may not be like French bistro restaurant, kind of thing for their regular food, but it's better than average throughout the world. Definitely got some of that soul food aspect to it. There are little bits and bobs from all over, cultures all over, religions all over.
I kind of see it because it's such a military background of all the retirees and stuff here that it does have some of the spices. It's also made very efficiently as well.
There's got to be a pretty good grove in town they're getting their veggies from, too.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. So yes, we are ready, sir.
All right. Make way back to the castle after a hearty breakfast and a brief bit of shopping. When you come in, the stewards say that Ileana's in the meeting room, kind of the war room that you've met with her several times in, with the big table and the maps. Just kind of well off to the side in some of the main rooms. when you kind of enter, you can see that she's a bit. I mean, she's herself. Beauty and charisma abound, but you can definitely see where she's a little thin around the eyes and showing some fatigue. She maybe hasn't even rested since you last seen her. Still poring over reports and doing different administrative tasks. And to an extent, you imagine she was a little worried about Nalar, and he still hasn't come back yet.
Ilma too was a lot of people were kind of status unknown.
Mm-hmm. She kind of lifts her head, a bright smile across her face. The heroes return. Everything planned and ready?
Well, as ready as we can be, yes.
Well, this summit in
We
Taft.
can't plan for everything.
Well, this summit may determine whether Ralidar holds together or falls to division. Einar's words win ears, and rogue hands move unseen. You will definitely be going as our shield and our eyes. This will not be a battle of steel, like many of the ones that you've conquered thus far. It's going to be a war of whispers. You must listen, watch, and cut out the knives before they are drawn. Do you have everything you need?
I believe we have everything we believe we need.
We are ready to travel.
She takes a scroll off the table and rolls it up and hands it to you. Another way in return in a pinch. It's the least I can offer.
We do appreciate it. Although, depending on how things go, but after we leave Taft, I do believe we're going to head east.
Reasonable, unless there's need to return. Let me grab. I forget to grab the scroll.
I think I still have one scroll of teleportation circle, Kanos.
Yes. Was that the one that was it supposed to be? Did you have two? I'm trying to think, because Val had one and somebody else had one, and y'all used one to return, and he used one to return. Was that?
Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to have it
Okay.
anymore. It didn't get deleted.
Now you have it again.
Yeah. So you don't have to search for it, is why I said that.
Ta-da!
Winner.
I say to Ileana, but before we depart, talk about our official plans. I'm sure you have ways, of communicating with us if you are in need of us for. I know there are people who are status unknown. We have had people help us on our journey that we have become fond of. So if you need us in these missions, just call.
I appreciate that. There will definitely be an opportunity to reach out in the event of something that we need, all hands on deck, so to speak. I will inscript you to do so, but we, at the moment, we're moving the pieces on the board that we can, and this mission is just as important as the others. So, do what you can. Be our eyes and ears. Shield when needed, sword when needed.
I give a nod.
And you see that she kind of just her usual kind of flopping into the chair rather than sitting into it correctly. She sits with knees draped over arm of one side and back leaning over the arm of the other. She never sits in the chair right. But it seems a little awkward because normally Nalar's sitting in the chair, so it seems she's stretched a little more uncomfortably. She kind of sighs. Like, things will work out. You have to have at least that much belief.
Bound by faith.
Just a moment later, a blue-white light kind of tears open a little sliver in the middle of the room, off to the side, and as that light kind of tears open, and Nilar steps through, you can see his robes are singed all along the edges, along the cuffs and the like are frayed. His eyes are lined with strain, big red, bloodshot. For a moment, you can get this brief smell of like burned ozone, and shadow kind of hangs in the air. A little stunned, Ileana doesn't immediately move, and you can see him look around like suspiciously and hurriedly to assess any kind of danger before kind of breathing a moment of sighed relief.
Does he look like he needs healing?
Strained, but not injured.
Okay.
Doesn't appear to be anyway. If injuries would be emotional, maybe more than physical.
Fancy stands up and says, "By the stone's frozen arse, what sorcery is this, popping in like a greased goblin at a feast?"
The weave bleeds. I have walked its wounds, and they do not spread, but they do not close. Mistress strains to bind what the eclipse have torn, yet their corruption festers. Every ritual leaves a scar, and the fabric of magic frays. These are no longer heretics, but contagion, and wherever they reach, now I am empowered to follow. And then at that moment, like, the shock from Ileana kind of like wears off, and she just leaps out of the chair and then, embraces him in a big hug, and then she pinches his bottom.
Bean.
You bastard. You had me worried. You said you would never do that. A very tired smile. And pats her on the head.
Cautiously as not to interrupt, but we have firsthand felt the weave momentarily kind of zap out.
Things are contained for the moment, but this kind of thing cannot stand. I've been through many dimensions in recent moments, and this damage permeates. The weave connects all worlds, all planes, all existence, and that tear ripples can be felt across all of them. Contained, but as I said, now I have been given the level of grace to interfere that is not normally given. You have your mission, and I'm going for mine. Kind of turns and smiles at Ileana. It's like, I might need a bit of respite first. And gives her a wink.
I fear what happened in where were we? Erden?
Erden.
Are we in
Erden. Yep.
Erden. Sorry, I fear what happened in Erden may have been a test run with the souls and with the action that's going on in Alundria and how they use their spirits. I fear for the worst of what may happen there. It is where we plan to go after this mission.
It is a large mystery as to how they managed to even do what they did. The powers of the souls traversing the planes is a great power. He kind of glances over to Val. Great power indeed, and much resides behind it. But they shouldn't know how, nor even be able to harness that power, yet they did. You can see that, again, just he let some tension go. His kind of jaw's been a bit clenched and little gritted teeth, and at that he just kind of flops down into the chair, and then Ileana then plops in right on top of him as he kind of with a little bit of a grunt, but then smiles. So Ileana's going to kind of turn and look at the party and say, well, you'll have to excuse me. I need to take care of this wounded gentleman. He has much to do, as do you. The stewards can take you to the circle. We'll get you to your destination. Good luck to you.
Sword and shield.
Thank you. Have fun. Goodbye.
I walk out and I imagine I have to like make Fancy leave because I'm sure he's like staying to watch.
Yeah.
Purr.
Sitting there with
Let's
his
go.
mouth open.
Yeah, she's like running a hand along his cheek, and then she kind of turns. I was like, "Be on now, go, go, go!" What? You might not want to witness this.
Come on, Fancy.
Okay.
You can write a story about it later. No pictures. Oh yeah, I'm. Where are we going? I'm not sure it was said how we're debarking.
The teleportation circle. She said there'd be
Okay.
the stewards could lead you there, but you know
Oh,
how
yeah,
you
I'm
know how to
sorry.
you generally know how to get there. She kind of said that as a pleasantry, and there'll be people there ready to send you to Taft.
Tell me when we get to the circle. I had to say something.
Yeah, it is in like you know that the summit's happening in Taft, but Taft is a whole ass big country, and it's like 10 times the size of Kanos or something or somewhere in that size. But you don't know where it is or any of that stuff. You just hope that when you get there that somebody's going to point you in the right direction.
I do.
I mean, are they
do
going to
just-
teleport us there in that area, or are
Mhm.
we?
That was the
Okay,
implication.
because I want to
yeah.
say something. I want to say something when we get to the teleport circle.
As we're going there, just as commentary, I'm probably walking a little bit prouder, and I just say like with Naylor Unleashed, that's a pretty big weapon in our arsenal here.
Yeah, as a mortal granted demigod's powers, as the champion in this world, the Magister's usually above and beyond what other champions have. There's a special connection with the Magisters of each of the worlds. There can only be one in each plane, each world, and Nalar's the current one for here. And one of the things of all this additional power that they have is there is some strict rules about how that power can be used. And so he hasn't been able to do things. But now that he can, that's interesting.
I guess after I think about that too for a minute, I'm like, it's also horrifically scary that we're at a position where he can react.
Mm-hmm.
Things are as bad as worse than we have guessed. Still, 2D.
Yeah, so you kind of make your way across the castle out into the open courtyard. There's basically like a, it's not exactly a temple, but it's a, just a pavilion almost where the teleportation circle is, and there are people there waiting to assist you when you arrive.
Once we get there, Fancy looks around and he seems to be just a little bit nervous. And he goes, "Ah, you pointy-hatted fools and your glowing scribbles, dragging us into the wizard's shortcut. Bah, I'd sooner travel through the 9 hells with a spoon than trust me bones in some fickle spark. Hold that tight to your breakfast, lads. If we end up in a dragon's privy, I'm blaming the rabbit."
What did you have for breakfast? Did you have any food with that bourbon?
I don't know what to say.
On 3, and may Moradin forgive this madness.
The attendants are just kind of looking bewildered. It's kind of.
He usually wears a special helmet. It's okay.
Lady Ileana did tell us where you were headed and to provide any aid to getting you there as needed. There is a open teleportation circle in Moonstone. The summit is in an estate just outside of Moonstone. Quite a few of people have already traversed there. Some of our more diplomatic delegates are there, already beginning to settle in and talk with some of the other folks. Are you ready to join them?
No time like the present.
Engage.
Fancy holds on to Armos and says, "Hold me, beard."
You gather in the teleportation circle, and the magic begins to glow as the circle begins to complete. The intricate designs woven into the floor itself kind of glows, and a beam comes from underneath, and then you vanish and appear in a stone room with very like Greek pantheon looking pillars around in a kind of a similar pavilion, but a much longer standing permanent portal building lined with guards all about. You can see it's pretty open as the way down. You kind of see the city alive with color. Banners of foreign nations flutter from the balconies all around this portal room. From the different, there are almost like embassies and the like in the buildings surrounding the portal building. Merchants hawk wares. There's the guards in polished breastplates keep the crowd back, but you can feel their eyes. Some admiring, some suspicious, some resentful. As you kind of step out of the building into the crowd and the open pathway that the guards have made, you can hear whispers ripple. Kanos emissaries. The city of Moonstone.
Still loading for me. Oh, here he goes. Okay.
Cartoonish imagery. It's a gnomish city. Taft is the gnomish kingdom. Moonstone is their major port city. The entire north part of the city spans a long coast, and then just to their east and northeast is a huge inlet that serves as a giant harbor and port. This city is the most diverse of all the Taft cities. It's generally accepted and welcoming of all people of all types from all over the world. It always has been. And so even though there's a lot of gnomish architecture and themes across the city, you can see definite influence from other cultures and other races in the buildings all throughout. There's one giant gate on the south. The north and east are all water walled. The west, there's a giant wall that goes all the way around the west of the city, with only one major entrance in and out to the south.
Curious to how often we're having to hunch down to go through doorways and whatnot.
In this version of the city, there you can see that some are smaller in scale than others, but by and large, it's built for everyone. By and large, the other cities of Taft are definitely gnomish, made for gnomes, but this one is more built, purpose built for everyone. And so here you are in the kind of in the city. Obviously, the guards are expecting different arrivals. That's why there's a bunch at the portal building itself, and why there's actually some out in doing some level of crowd control. The summit itself isn't in this city, but nearby in an estate outside. That's what was said by the steward. So, now that you're here, what do we do?
Clangeddon's greasy thumb. What madness is this? Looks like a forge exploded in a rainbow's arse and the gnomes called it home. Clever wee contraptions, though, I guess.
And we should be looking for lodging.
Yes.
It's probably going to be a fight to find any good accommodations for this conference.
One thing of note is the estate that is where the summit is like a giant castle that has its own separate building for events. And the castle is meant to house the delegates, which you are technically officially one of. It doesn't mean you have to stay there, but you do have a room there if you choose to use it. And the event space is also on the grounds.
We should definitely stay there. It'll be easier to get to know and suss out information if we're there.
Maybe ask around about tavern or bars that are kind of popular, especially for people coming through for our other fancy to possibly visit later.
Yeah, the other one, not this one.
Fancy turns around and coughs a little bit, like he's confused about his feelings.
I also think we may need to take that dwarf belt away.
Do you want to tell him he's not a real dwarf, even with the belt?
Nah, it won't make a difference.
Yeah, we could probably convince him that dwarves should have an extra 50 pounds on them.
What's that you're talking about over there?
He'll just.
You're not
stuff
fat
cheese in
enough
his
to be a
shirt.
dwarf.
He'll just put cheese in his shirt. Don't. Then it'll start to turn green because it'll go all moldy.
He doesn't want to be dirty.
I mean, the lengths he'll go for a disguise, it's pretty far.
I've seen many soldiers handle the stresses of battle in many different ways, but none of them have turned into a dwarf.
Well, it's really just the item, I think.
What is that belt, Fancy? You're acting quite strange.
What are you
We
talking
can walk
about?
and ignore him as we make our way to our destination. All right.
Walking and talking.
Being
Are we walking? You said the castle was outside the city. How far outside?
Yeah,
Are
that's a
we
good question.
walking it?
it is walkable. In
Oh,
reason, I mean within reason. It's probably just a couple of miles away from the main city. So I mean, a
Maybe
measly
get
30-40 minute stroll outside of the city.
pretty laid back for what we've been doing, but we could take a carriage if you wanted.
well, I mean, weren't there people like picking up delegates, of which we are one?
You would think
Like
so,
at the airport
but
sign.
you don't see any carriages nearby, or the like. You just see a large crowd of people on foot. The occasional cart filled with like wares, that sort of thing, but you haven't seen any carriages.
Okay, we'll just follow the Yellow Brick Road. I'm sure we'll get there.
As they're walking, Fancy's just muttering and singing to himself. 99 axes in the forge, 99 axes in the forge. You take one down, swing it around. 98 axes in the forge.
As we're kind of walking, I look for maybe someone who maybe looks like they've been drinking a little bit. And I just ask, we're new to town. What is one of your most interesting taverns? Who gets a lot of traffic?
Well, it depends on what kind of folks you're looking to see or they're looking to entertain. We got all kinds of them fancy taverns for those folks that, got the nose in the air and think they're the uppities.
No, I want some place that might get a little more rowdy.
Oh.
But still has got, good collection of people.
No, a place for hanging out of the people, huh? Place of the people. For the people. Filled with the people. That's what you're looking for, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the people you want? Or the drink to be had?
Little column A, little
Yes.
column B.
Let's see. I actually got a handful of notes that Kaylee gave me a long time ago of some things that are here. I'm just pulling them up.
Oh, awesome. That's great.
Okay. We're looking for more of the people. We've got let's see, what would he point you to? Yeah, the Winch's Drench. Famous for its dangerously strong ale and lack of personal restraint.
Sounds like a good choice for Fancy. Or should I say Winston?
Oh, Winch's Drench, is it? Sounds like the aftermath of a proper dwarven wake. Ale so fierce it'll drown a grudge and start one. I lead on, you sly fox. If the beer's half as saucy as the sign, I'll buy the first round and toast the clever chit who poured it.
Sure, we're going there directly, but I do Thank the person who gives the information. Like, here's a couple silver, man. Buy your next rounds on us.
Well, happy day to me. It is still like 9 a.m. and he's drunk already, so
Don't mind if I do.
particularly interesting kind of individual. It's like from the Andy Griffith show, he's like the guy that locks himself into the jail at night.
Fancy leans over to Armoros and says, "What did I drink last night?" You were there, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you drank in the rooms, though.
We head into the Winch's Drench, or are we just trying to know a
No,
point for the future?
Yeah, for me, it was just a point for the future to maybe redirect Fancy from immediately turning around.
We can walk around town a bit since it's so early. We don't need to be anywhere.
I could. Yeah, I guess teleportation was instant. I was about to say I could eat some street food.
No. It's a good idea to get to our lodging first. That way we know where they are and who's around them.
Just 30 minutes. We can walk back to town later.
Mm-hmm. We have a job.
Alright, so you're heading towards the main gate. It does take a good bit of time to traverse the city, especially because it seems rather crowded. Once you get past the guards poking away, pushing people out, like then you're just kind of into the crowd itself, and especially with the number of people in town, the ports are stuffed to the gills with ships, and there are the delegates and the like may have left and found transportation or taken carriages or whatever, but they're all of those ships have crews, and so there's just not only is it a populous town anyway, it's just stuffed to the gills with guests and maybe onlookers or people just interested in knowing what's happening that have come in just to watch what's going on. You traverse, through the busy streets, kind of winding your way towards that southern gate. And so the way towards the estate, or towards the gate rather, kind of narrows into cobbled streets. As you're walking, even though it's morning, it's as though the sun starts to fade like it was setting. It's strange. You're kind of moving along, and you're talking to each other, kind of looking around, seeing the atmosphere. And then just briefly, the buzz of the city is gone. And you didn't notice when it happened, but all those city sounds, the people, you kind of look around, and they're not there. You look down the main road, forwards and backwards, there's no one there. There's a couple of alleys off to the side, and you can start to see shadows start to cling unnaturally, pulling in the corners, and then you can see, like you swear you could see the shadows start to move like liquid along the corners and under the draperies and inside the edges of the buildings and around corners in the alleyways. And it starts to spread, and then just like a quick snap, and a couple of figures step out from the shadows in the walls, faces hidden, hands on blades. The voices are low and flat. Not all voices belong here.
By the 9 forges of the abyss, what foul sorcery is this? Cities emptied quicker than a goblin's pockets, and now our darks dance in the liquid spite. Ugh! If this is some shadow lurker's jest, I'll carve a grudge deeper than the Underdark's roots.
Kill him first.
One second here.
Back to back, you lot. Axes out, and pray Moradin's got a lantern handy.
Try to hold Fancy back a little bit. Our many voices are here, and they'll all be heard.
All I know, there's a little fireball in my hand ready to go off. Cause that sounded like a threat.
What do all the other people around us do, like when these people step out?
There aren't any. For like the not only the sound of the buzz, but as you look in all directions, there's no one that you can see for as far as you can see.
Now, I came back and heard the part where the city went silent, but does it still look like daytime, whatnot? Does it look more shadowy, like dusk?
It looks like
dusky
it looks
outside?
like dusk, even though it's
That's
like
fucking-
9 a.m. As you walked, you were talking, you were looking around, you hear the buzz, you saw that you were passing people, and you could have swore you had just passed someone, and then in a blink, there was no people, no sound. The buildings are the same, but then these pools of darkness came out, and then these three figures stepped out of the shadows and then made their statement. So perhaps we should roll initiative.
Oh, have fun.
We actually roll for that now, or is that automatic?
The first one you roll, and then round to round
Okay,
round
just
to
make
round
sure.
is automatic.
Come on, beat my 5.
Ow! Emerald gets 2 rolls.
You.
I think that's the highest initiative I've ever had.
Yeah, I think so actually.
As long as you don't roll a 0, you're okay.
And then Fancy.
All right, I'm almost there.
And I believe Weldon, your Eldritch cannon should now be something under your control. If there's the pets tab on your character sheet, and you should be able to click on the record there to open it to look at the record, but also when it's the Eldritch Cannon's turn, you should be able to move them. I went ahead and just a test.
I see it. Yeah. I don't know if it gives me the. Let me just double check. Now that you mentioned it.
I made it its turn so you could see if you could click and move the. Can you move the icon on the map?
Oh.
You.
Yeah. Did you have a request to move? Yep.
Okay.
There you go. It does work.
One moment. Oh, what happened to the sound? Well, I stopped the one sound. I told it to start playing the next thing, but it didn't.
The Shadowfell interfered with it, obviously.
Got him.
We're back to some sounds.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to be. You're not supposed to hear the people.
No people.
Ah.
Trade's been hard these last
Oh,
few
definitely not that.
Seems not many are in the buying.
Okay, well.
Chill.
Rude.
Where I got it. Dun 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 dun
Oh, yeah.
dun 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 dun.
5 gold pieces. Are you insane?
What in the hell is happening? I'm not even clicking anything. It's going insane.
I guess this is all the things we could possibly hear in a back alley.
I mean, there's some of them apparently.
Fancy would do a lot of things in a back alley, no doubt.
Oh, he's just skin and bones. Excuse me, sir. Would you be willing to spare some gold?
I don't know what's happening. I can't tell it. I'm trying to tell it to stop, and it just it's broken. 1 second. Wow, this is messed up.
Fancy, I told you to eat breakfast.
There, at least stop the other stuff. That'll work for now. Okay, Armoros, you are up first in this mess.
Interesting. I want to cast Hold Person, and I was gonna cast it at level 3. Can I select both of these guys?
What's the range on Home Person? I think it's 6. Is it 60 feet?
It's 60 feet.
Yep, that's fine. It's 60 feet from you, so. I have no idea what that is. Why is it freaking out?
These creatures are very.
Work. They succeeded. Both.
+8 is pretty rough.
And this is for Wisdom save for both of those?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. And one of them just barely succeeds. And the other one does succeed. Yeah, unfortunate.
else is nope, never mind. I don't think I can do anything else. So I think I'm actually gonna move over here.
Okay. The box that pops up for me to accept or do things is all kinds of different. That's interesting.
Are these kobolds?
The two of them are dragonborn, and one is let me see if it
Looks
elf-like. We'll say elf-like. Not high elf-like, but elf-like.
Dragonborn.
I need you, Fancy, to roll a perception check.
Get it?
Ooh, that might actually be pretty good. Let's see here. For a moment, the attacker to the east seems to meld into the shadows that he came out of and appear next to you. But just as he begins to make his way to you, you have a sense that he was using the shadows to kind of warp and hide around himself, and you're able to see him in your periphery approach and kind of turn to face. You have a feeling that if you hadn't just caught a glimpse of him, that you would not have been ready for his attack.
Okay. Hopefully my Cloak of Displacement is working and he misses.
Yeah, it says grant dis attack on there, so it should be there. So disadvantage.
And he still hit.
12 and a 16 on the roll to on the dice to hit, even with a disadvantage.
If I use my reaction to make him re-roll, does he have to re-roll at disadvantage again, or does it just get a fresh 20? My AC is not that great, I guess.
It is, so like if you impose a change in a roll of die, it's not a re-roll of both. It's a roll of they get one more die and it's still disadvantage, so it's going to take the worst of the rolls.
Or the worst of all three. Well, okay. So it could still cause him to miss. But since I'm not sure I know the rules. So my AC is 14. Does he have to get? He rolled a 22 from a 12. So it's very unlikely that he's going to roll a 4 or less. Do I understand that correctly?
That is correct. Yeah. For
Okay, then I'm not gonna.
Yeah. If your AC is 14, then yeah, he has a plus 10, as you can kind of see.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. I won't do the reaction thing.
It is not a sneak attack with the Shadow Blade. Shadow Blade has an extra effect. Let's see if you save against it. Okay, you save against it. And he gets... Okay. Some targeting here. He's going to pull from his, as he kind of stabs you with this blade that seems to be emanating shadow from it. As he stabs kind of one way, he's also kind of spinning around you, and as he does, he pulls a long, thin piece of wire with a handle on it from his side, and he begins to try to wrap it around your neck.
Oh, that's not good. And he'll miss because I'm a dwarf and I'm so short.
Let's see, we gotta fix how to do that, because the grant disadvantage, once you hit, it's down.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we gotta put it back after it's your turn. After it's been a whole round.
Both of those missed anyway.
Well, one would hit and one would miss.
Oh, man. Okay.
So, yeah, if they were both misses, I'd be like, yeah, for sure. Like, then that's a definite.
That's a hit.
His razor garrote slides across your neck, cutting a little as it does. And with his other hand, where it's holding the shadow blade, he grabs the other side of this that kind of whipped around, and now holds you he's kind of held behind you now, pulling you up against him with this razor wire around your neck. Okay, Val's up, and then they go.
Val's going to produce some purpley psychic blades, and his attention was immediately grabbed off by the guy to the north.
Okay, yep. You're doing the throne version of your psychic blades. Okay, yeah.
Too much windows open. I can't actually see this stupid.
If the maps are in your way, you can minimize them and then become like little bubbles that you can click on later to re-maximize them, which is pretty handy. I have a few of those. If I don't just have them stacked on top of each other, which I also usually do. Okay.
Ooh, baby.
Okay.
Did he walk over to the elf for that, or what happened?
No, he's got a thrown version of these psychic blades, so he's throwing at them. Weldon, I need you to perform a perception check.
Perception.
Also rolled. Ooh, okay, yeah. That's a little different.
Thanks. Thanks for letting me feel a little confident there, bud. Holy shit. No one's seen that.
Yeah, he rolled pretty close to tippity topsies there. Alright, let's see if he hits with this advantage.
Upon hitting me,
Okay.
I will use. Oh, no, let me double check. Cause where is it? There it is. I gotta make sure if it's damage or on hit.
Is it a rebuke?
Yeah, upon being hit by melee, I can spend 1 charge to knock my target 15 feet away. It's a repulsion shield.
Mm-hmm. Does it have to roll anything? I mean, it still hits.
Nope.
Like that part still happened, but
Yeah. Yep.
it might not be able to follow up if it can't move far enough to get to you, which I think is actually true.
Yeah. So upon being hit the first time, I'm repulsing him away. Or it. Or attempting to.
Alright, so
15 feet.
first turn, you haven't moved. It has advantage. It hit. Sneak.
Ooh, shadowy die.
And then
Yeah, he rolled 27 on that.
and then it gets to save on something and get knocked away.
Nope. It's just the text of the item is while holding the wielder can use a reaction immediately after being hit to expend one of the charges and push the attacker up to 15 feet away. The shield regains charges.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
just
Yep.
you hit me, you get knocked away. Slap
And
with a concussive force.
it's already started that, so it can't. It's already started attack action, so it can't do that. That's too far. Pull out a longbow, but that's not gonna do that because it'd have to drop a weapon. Okay, that then ends his turn.
Oh, I used to have a bunch of counters and they're all gone now. No.
Rapier in one hand. The elf-like creature slides across the ground, coming up and trying to stab rather quickly twice with its rapier, lightning quick at Val, who attacked him before. So you. Strike. So only one hit. Ooh, that's big. That's close to max. And then it pulls a dagger from its offhand, and holds it up defensively. And it is Weldon's turn.
Weldon's turn. I will use my bonus action to summon my cannon. Right next to me.
There it is.
And then there it is. Then I will use my action to, where was it? Oh yeah, no, that would be bad. That'd be bad. Say fireball and hope we all survive, but you know.
Do it.
Just everybody do it. Which direction did we enter this coming from, Dread?
The north.
The north? Okay. Just make sure.
Yep, you were heading south towards the main gate.
Yeah, just want to make sure. Wait, why? Oh, there it is.
Something weird happened in Reality Warp. And then now here we are. And Fancy, you're up next, and then Dagon, you're up behind. You got a plane of action.
Oh, man. This doesn't say I get to choose.
What is it?
It's fairy fire.
Nope.
Yeah, it would make everybody suffer the consequences. I was trying to find the wording in there.
Yep, it's all creatures within the space.
Yeah.
Which also means you don't have to be able to see them, which is one of the big advantages because it makes hidden things visible.
But it makes all of every if I because I could cast out everyone, it also gives them the advantage of advantage.
Yep.
Yeah.
True fact.
Not gonna do
True
that.
fact.
True fact. And kobolds aren't small, right? They're medium.
These are dragonborn. They
Okay.
are.
Oh, they're
They're
dragon.
large.
Okay.
They're
So
large, medium, but they're still medium.
Yeah. Okay, let's just make sure. Someone said kobold earlier, but you said dragonborn, so I was like, oh, they're custom goblin. Okay, goblin. Dang it. Okay, let's see. Use my wand to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Yeah. First blast hits.
Oh, I should make sure it did.
Should get multiple.
Oh, it's a number of
Yeah, you get
beams.
multiple-
Yeah. It's 2 beams until level 11.
That's right.
Oh, that was almost a 10. All right.
Yep. Bing, bing. All right. Fancy.
And I will move away.
I am going to dimension door over here, and then poke Mr. Elf Guy with my offhand.
See you later.
Okay.
Choker guy.
Indeed.
Fast as fast can be. You can't catch me.
Yep. Offhand attack for bonus action. You got it.
Why did I have disadvantage?
You are restrained. Oh,
Oh.
wait. Which would not be the case if you dimension door, which was the
That's what I thought.
point of that. But yeah, so roll that beautiful bean footage one more time.
Does it says I'm not clear on when I can use my bardic inspiration. Can I use it on my offhand attack, or does it have to be my main hand attack?
It can be for the
I want-
flourishes. They can be on any attack.
Okay, because I wanna go do a defensive
Yep.
flourish add on to
You
this.
may do so.
So I roll an 8-side die, and then I add modifier 3, right? And then I roll the damage. Yes, that worked. And then I have to add the 3 to my armor class. Forget how to do that.
And if it were any number, you could change the number to whatever the number is. But I think 3 exists for you to just grab easily. I believe that to be true.
I'll just pass while I'm figuring that out. Is that okay?
Yep. Actually, AC3 is on the very first page of the effects.
Not my turn again.
First thing, bonus action, sacred weapon.
Sacred weapon. Okay. Yep.
Action is where did you go? Spirit guardians, just little wisp of magic. Start filling the air.
Okay. Is it 20 foot for, or what's the spirit guardian?
15.
Okay, that's which is hits all the air buddies.
Okay.
And you do get to choose
Self.
the
And the damage, and the people who like my friends are immune. So if there's anyone hidden in the circle, they will get hit.
That's right.
Uh,
You because you choose specifically who does not get hit. You don't have to choose who does get hit. That's why it can see invisible or hidden enemies and that sort of thing. What's the timing of when the first time the damage takes place? When it first appears, or the start of their turn, or
in the newest version, when it first emanates out, like I can like run into people and have them hit. You couldn't do that before, so now it since I just
hit all 3 of the peoples?
I'll do it this time, and then no more until next round.
And at the beginning of their, at the end of their turns, if they're still in it, or at the beginning of their turn.
Double check that.
But we'll it'll come up quick, but we can do the damage and all that stuff now.
So I'm gonna do my save.
Fail.
Oh fuck yeah! And full damage on all those mofos.
20.
And
Where
that
we
is
at?
my turn, and I will look up the other question you asked.
Okay, and then as we go to start the next turn, I know we kind of been back and forth on some bios. I could kind of do that myself if we want to take 7 minutes now, maybe, and then grab or do
Sure.
any of that kind of stuff while we figure that out. I'm gonna use the restroom too, and then come back, and then we'll finish up.
Be back at about 4 then? Or top
Yeah.
of the hour?
Yep. Make sure it unpaused. Okay, there we go. Okay, so back start of the second round. Shadow Guy goes first. Shadow Dragonborn goes first. So Armoros, give me a perception check. If he rolls like near max again, because that's real tough.
I'm sorry. I was trying to edit shit.
No harm. There's no harm. The shadow guy by the barrel seems to melt into the barrel, and then you're looking around and you don't see him as he kind of rises out of the shadow beside you. Shadow blade attempting to already strike in you. Oh, that's supposed to be with advantage. We shall see if that changes it to a crit. Okay, same. Okay. It is still attack. Wait, never mind. Don't. There we go. And then it is also going to whip out its garrote. And loop it around your neck, and it is going to get behind you and pull on both sides of the handle, restraining you with a thin piece of wire around your neck pulled against the Dragonborn's chest. Alright, it's going to do those two things. And then Weldon. And then Fancy, you're right after Weldon.
I really don't like this guy.
I mean, it's not a mutually cordial, consensual encounter.
It's not.
Could have settled this at the bar with drinks.
Command my thing to move.
Okay.
We've been here for like 5 minutes.
What for 5 minutes? Sorry.
And then
I was just wondering how long we had been here before this encounter.
Not long.
In the
like,
game.
10 minutes? 10
Yeah.
minutes or so? Yeah. Last
Okay.
5-10 minutes.
Yeah, it was
Not
fast.
like long enough to get away and get several streets down towards the main gate before this happened. But yeah, relatively fast. What's a cannon do on?
Trying to give artificial hit points.
Oh, the temporary hit points?
Yeah, but it's the only thing not coded. So
I thought it had a heal.
it does. It just. Oh wait, am I? No, the damage is interactable.
If there's mending spells cast on it, it regains 2d8. Let's see, Force Ballista Protector.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's see, do we have a...
10 hit point already coded somewhere?
Oh yeah, Protector doesn't have a.
Yeah. Where is it?
What is it? It pulses. We can.
1d8 plus int.
Yeah, roll your 1d8, and we'll just roll with it and then put that on our list of things that need to be done. Let's create something for that.
And my int is a 5, so that's plus 5 to it. Everyone gets 6 temp HP.
Everybody within what range?
Except for me. 10 feet.
Yeah, that's everybody. They get 6.
Yep.
Do I need to add this?
I got that. Alright, go ahead and continue doing your thing. 6, 6, 6, 6.
Then we. Where was it? Where was it? Do I.
That's your bonus, right?
Yeah, that's my bonus action. Yep. Just want to make sure I have the distance right on this. Amaros, you're too close. I will do another Eldritch Blast.
Blast, blast.
Oh, it was almost a 1.
That one.
That one was a 1.
Oof.
Sometimes that is how the cookie crumbles.
Hey-oh. Average out. Pretty good there.
Pretty close.
You just look
And
at
fancy.
Hey, Drad, I'm looking through my sheet. I used to have something that I could tick off Bardic Inspiration, and I know I've used one, but
those are all gone. Yeah,
Oh.
you have to redo them.
Wait, what do we have to redo?
I don't know how to add it.
You're in combat.
I want to keep track of the Bardic Inspiration that I've used, but I can't. I think that we did something earlier where I had like an extra point of Bardic Inspiration based on some previous campaign thing that we've done, but it's gone now, and so I don't have notes on that, unfortunately.
1 second. I can. Look at the table. How many are supposed to have? You can use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma modifier. You regain any expended uses when you finish a long rest. Charisma modifier is 5, and then you have 6, which is the +1 from under your actions. You should see. Yeah, Bardic Inspiration, and there should be a bunch of little checkboxes next to it, and there are 6 dots on your actions tab. So I see spell slots, and then I see
The cloak, and then I see Bardic Inspiration, but it doesn't.
click on the header. You may have it collapsed.
I see Bardic Inspiration and then B Insp.
Yeah, the B
Alright.
Insp is the Bardic Inspiration group.
And I can click on it, but it doesn't show like the dots like it used to.
You don't see. Is it at the very bottom? Does the mode say standard? Is it changing when I click on your stuff? Because I see
Where at?
the very bottom of your actions tab. There's mode, and then it's like combat, preparation, standard.
Mine says combat. Now it says standard.
Okay, and you don't see.
I don't see it. My spell slots don't have dots anymore either.
That's at the top under spell slots.
Oh.
Oh, you were editing something, maybe?
That's always been.
I think I
that's
had it
always been there.
unlocked on my side, and now I've messed it up.
How about now?
Still can't see any dots. I see dots for spell slots, but not.
You don't see the dots under Bardic Inspiration, even when you click on it? It's weird, because I do.
No.
Well, I've clicked clicked one of your 5 check, or one of your 6 check marks.
Okay, good enough. I'm sorry that you have to manage that with me.
To figure out what's going on with that.
Well, I want to use another one right now, as I'm going to attack.
You've got 2.
Mr. Elfie guy. So this is the attack. First attack. And if it hits, which it doesn't, so second attack. If it hits, good. And now I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration and a defensive thingy.
To get more AC again?
Okay. Yep. And
change your AC number to 4. And I can do that while you do your add your 4 to your
and then I'm
damage roll.
And damage. Then I'm gonna attack with the offhand.
2 main, 1 offhand. Yep.
Yeah.
Heavy. Which one is who are we attacking? We're attacking this guy.
That was the elf.
And then they went into the heavy condition. And you notice that when you're stabbed with the short sword, you kind of stab it right in the side, and it's like it's almost like a little mini portal. It kind of is what it looks like as you stab through. It's like it opens up in his side, and then whatever opens just keeps opening and opening and opening, unraveling, and he dissipates into shadow. Gone. Deleted. Dead. It rips the shadow, the portal in the side rips him apart, it looks like.
Okay. The restrained,
This means you can't move. You still do all your
it
stuff.
just means I can't move. But if I push him away,
You're grappled, so you can use your action to try to break the restraint. I think actually,
so like
can you
if
even
I,
let me see his ability.
well, I was thinking Wrath of the Sea.
Like, I mean, if you just push him away, you have a garrote around your neck with him holding either side of the garrote.
Gonna hurt.
You can try to break his hold on one half of the garrote and get there is a potential to do that. If the target is meaning small, but grappled, and then there is an escape DC.
So if I have Misty Step, that would also.
That is a whole different whole different kind of ball game with a Misty Step.
Okay. Yeah, then I think I'll just Misty Step.
Yep. I have my I had posted about it the other day, but I bought the D&D mat to go to the keyboard and mouse. It's like a giant mouse pad. It's a desk pad. And restrained is right here. It's the first thing I can see when I look down. Speed 0. Disadvantage to attacks and dex saves. All incoming attacks have advantage.
Misty Step's level 2. Where do I want to go? I think I want to Misty Step. Should I just drag myself, even though I'm teleporting?
Yep, yep. Show me where you're going to.
Okay. Like here-ish.
Zoop. Cloud of mist.
And then...
Don't worry about a garrote when you're a cloud of mist.
Mirror image is not a concentration,
It is.
right?
It is not.
Okay.
Mirror image is not.
It's okay. So I'm gonna cast mirror image, which is also a level 2. One's an action, one's a bonus action.
But you can only cast unless it's from your beads. Wait, no, hold up.
I can
You can only cast one non. What's the word I'm trying? Oh my god, what's the? I don't know why my words don't make sense to me right now. The 0 level spells, what are they called? The
circle spell.
No, not the circle. Cantrips. Thank you. I don't know why I could not think of that. Since I've only said it a million times. The cantrips. You can only cast one non-cantrip spell per turn.
Oh. Okay.
Your beads are not a spell. That's why you get around. Same for the concentrations. It's how we get around the rules on those, because you're not casting the spell.
Gotcha.
The item is.
Okay. Then I'll do one of the beads, the bless bead.
Okay. Yep. Is it a 3-person bless?
I think so, yeah. Yep. 3. Okay.
Remove restrain, so don't forget.
Oh. Yeah.
No, no, it's me. Yeah, it's well. I think I'm the only one that can do it. I think since I applied it. A 1 and a 2.
I think I should have put the bless on Weldon instead.
Oof. That is statistically unlikely. But here we are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smack someone in the face with my sword.
Yeah. Smacky.
Sorry, give me the house. Oh, I didn't target him. To 17 hit?
I think you can drag it on top of him.
Rude. No 2 attacks yet.
Yeah, these Dragonborn. Let's see, does it just miss? No, they're extremely agile. Supernaturally agile, more than is typical for the limits of mortals.
Hold on, let me. This.
See how agile they are when they're sheep.
1 second. Let's see. Attack a creature. Part of the attack action and hit. I think I have to hit. As part of the attack action and hit with a melee weapon, you can immediately bash. Does that mean I have to hit?
Is a part of attack action. What does it say? Sorry, the bash on.
Yeah, as part of the attack action and hit with a melee weapon. So
Yeah,
and
yep.
hit. So I got to hit. I didn't hit. Okay. Smack him with my shield. Man, I am like buff to hit things.
Sometimes it do be like that.
It did being like that.
Because look at the little icons on your, you got the thumbs up, and you got a little armor thing, and you got a plus, and a
Smiley face emoji.
Like, where's the middle finger emoji? I think you're missing that one.
I don't think I want to waste any sorcery points right now. Okay, this is my turn. Wah, wah.
In my opinion, this round is the exact reason why I think that Matt Coble's RPG is gonna catch on. There are no misses, which I think is a smart thing.
Well, the bad guys are never missing, so we're halfway there.
Yay, funsies!
It's like reverse stormtroopers.
yeah. You guys are the stormtroopers. You just didn't know it all along.
Could I, since I missed and I had all this extra time to, miss, does he some Paylor type shit on him?
No, there's no insignias that remind you of Radiant Eclipse, whether Paylor or otherwise. Definitely not on brand for them. Let's see.
I miss. I try to taunt him a little bit, so he'll try to hit me his next round. So just role play wise.
Right. Let's see. Taunt.
I was gonna say something about Paylor, but since I don't know, he's affiliated.
Okay. He is going to. Yep.
Give up and go home. Holy shit, he did. Going home.
He uses his shadow shift to teleport next to Armoros.
In Draconic, I call him a bitch. And I was supposed to get back here and hit a thing.
Alright, with his shadow shift,
He had advantage. Did he have advantage? Should he have had advantage?
yes. Because
Okay.
he was effectively invisible during his shadow shift. So he attacks from the from not just an hidden but an invisible position, which guarantees the advantage. And then it's a sneak, And then the secondary part of a shadow shift is that any hits are guaranteed criticals.
Oh, that's a lot of dice.
See some ones though, so I mean, you know, it makes that death a little bit easier.
Like the Dragonborn steps across Armoros, and you can
light.
see like as he steps over, he kind of does the like flicks his foot back to like spread dust on the corpse as he walks forward.
I get to zap him.
You get to zap him. Yep. He fails. You got zapped. What's he at? Moderate? Okay. One swing at Val. No, it's already sneak attacks. We can't do that. And then he's going to continue arcing the blade through Val, through Fancy. Which is a natural 20, which is a potential critical on Fancy.
Oh no, I still have my reaction. I'm gonna make him reroll natural 20. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the silver barbs. Blip. Look over here.
Let us then. Whoops. Nope. I was supposed to drop it, not roll it. Shit. Let me fix it. Okay. Put this temporary hit points back. And then roll it again. Not a critical. But still a hit. Yeah, much less. Only 5 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
And that is the end of the round. Let's see what the next one looks like. Weldon up first.
Ooh,
Again? Woo!
that's a bad omen.
Skitter.
Then one of the bad guys, and then Fancy Val. Okay.
Skitter. Yay! And the protector again.
It will give everybody temporary hit points, but it will not heal
Aha!
Morris's hit points.
Wait.
That's a 12. 12 this time?
Yeah. Max.
Did you
roll?
give hit points to the bad guy?
It's no.
Yeah.
Temporary hit points
I'm rolling from the cannon. Oh
but
my
the
goodness
cannon,
gracious.
but
Okay,
the
so
cannon hat.
I was just making sure we get rid of them before we.
But you have like the. Yeah.
no, I'm clicking.
Like the cursor's around you, as though you're targeted.
Mm,
You have to click on the cannon to use its target.
I do. It's got a circle around it. Yeah, I did.
No, it's we can.
There.
That is a way to do that. Yep, for sure.
Yep. I mean, until
Figure it out otherwise.
we figure that out. Yep.
And then that was your bonus action.
Yep. And Wait. I'm still on that. Okay, there we go.
And then your action.
Pew! Yeah! There we go.
Mhm.
Hits. And then I am going to... Scooter. Around the well. This way. Oh, well, yeah. It's still the same distance. Effectively.
Around, but yeah. Mhm.
Wah. Yeah. Yeah, make them come through my friends.
Why can't we be friends? Alright, it's already done.
Yeah, Protector's really strong if I get good rolls. Temporary hit points every turn.
I do have a thumbs up icon. I've never noticed.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I was just looking at all my icons. Yeah.
Alright, it's gonna attack a fancy.
Oh, that's a hurt.
That's not a sneak, but that is a hit. Attack a Val. Slides through, slice in the other direction. Then it's got one attack left.
Rude.
It's smart, but it thinks Weldon's actions are indicative of someone who's afraid or weak by staying at range. So it's going to think that it is the easier target to try to assassinate or pick on. Although,
Oh. Puts himself at risk? Okay.
but he
Well, that's two
will see. 27.
Wait, did he teleport? Or did he...
Yep.
Oh,
Used his
okay. Just making sure.
one of his actions. He has a pool of them.
And... I'll take a hit. And then I will knock him back 15 feet.
Okay.
Fucking gong noises going off every time they hit me.
Made this one with advantage, so it gets the sneak. It came after his shift, so it's a guaranteed critical. And then he gets blasted 15 feet.
Yep.
Okay.
Fancy.
I am going to cast a heal. What is this thing called? Cure wounds at level 3 on Armoros.
Cure wounds. So that's a melee. So you have to
Mhm.
be in melee range to do that, or
Melee?
is it healing word, which is
It's cure
Okay.
wounds. I think I have to walk over. So I'll walk over here.
on that side? Okay.
Yep. And then do I have him targeted?
Mhm.
Yes. And now cast it at level 3.
Should be 68 plus some now.
Oh yeah, I forgot they buffed
Yep,
healing.
they're all double. They're like basically double the number of heal dice.
Nice.
You go, sir.
Okay. No longer unconscious, but still prone is Armoros. Feeling
Can I use
it.
my? Can I use my extra action to help him get up?
Yeah, you can have him pick to his feet. Yep.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, Val, what do we got?
Yeah, that's that. Yep. I was about to click that button, man.
Zap time.
Zap.
Woo! Oh, of course it misses you. Oh,
The
jeez.
zap.
Zap, motherfucker.
The spiritual guardians fly physically through, like they swirl around in this big circle around him, guarding him from anyone of evil presence that might enter. And as this guy kind of shadow shifts towards Val, the guardians just pierce him, and then you can see one like blow through and then like blow out the other side, like a hollow point bullet would do. Enters and then exits with a much bigger hole, and then like bam, 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 just slammed by several of them, and they just start to like literally unravel the existence. He never gets a shot off. Never gets a hit. He dies before he can attack.
Get back.
That was uncomfortably close. Let's do bonus action.
And Dagon, you're up.
Sorry, I'm just trying to reread the healing spirit, make sure I was doing it right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cast the healing spirit at I think level 4. I'll do level 4.
Okay.
And it's just gonna start here. So I don't remember, we decided that it's when it spawns in, those count, right? As charges.
Let me double check, because we buffed it, but we buffed its values, but we made it more like the original reading. So I just want to get the timing on this one. That's different. Let me see if I can read it exactly.
Okay, so whenever you or a creature you can see moves into the spirit space for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, you can cause the spirit to restore 1d6 hit points to that creature. So like before I was like moving it onto people and counting that. But I think that's what we decided was too much. So if they move into it on their turn or start their turn in it, then it heals them.
Right.
So it heals them on their turn.
I think that is the intent, is that it happens on ally's turn, not on your turn.
My turn. Okay. Can I heal me on my turn?
Yeah, I think that's fine because you could. I mean, in the worst case, you could say, "Well, I'll just take one step over and one step back, and then I enter it on my turn," or whatever. So I think that's
Right. Yeah, okay. So that would be all right. So, um, and select myself, which would be that one. Is that right?
Yeah, level 4. That's
Yeah. Level
mhm.
4.
Yep.
And also my speaking of things we need to fix, my healing charge dots and mirror images, like all my counters are not there anymore. So I will just put a tally mark on a piece of paper.
Yours
now.
are gone too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must have changed something with how it.
Because I see healing spirit
coded the
charges and
tallies.
mirror images. Like I see those all on. I see all of those on your.
I added some to my powers, but it didn't put the check marks after them. It only put the.
It's like I can see like healing spirit charges. Like
I see the name of it, but not the dots
not the
anymore.
dots beside it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because it used to be on the left
Yeah, it's
side.
where I still see them. So there's something weird about that. Then
Okay.
that we'll have to check that out too to see how to get y'all to be able to see that again. If you just have to get rid of them and add them back, or like for instance, like if I go to prep, just do a test while we're looking. Change that to 0. I change that back to 6. And you don't see them when I add it now, like healing spirit charges next to items.
No.
No, it's not there.
You try changing your mode, like standard mode and whatnot? Is it just are you in preparation or something?
Maybe you have to change. Like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to look and see why that's not.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I have a tally mark for now, or you can click it off because you can see it. I don't know. And then I think I'm feeling pretty good, so I think I'll just.
Could it be that if it's locked versus
hang here.
unlocked?
I've tried both ways.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, that's weird.
Okay.
All right. Bonus action. I need another icon. Innate sorcery. Give my save. Give me a little more DC for the save, and spell attacks are at advantage.
Okay. Yep.
That's as far as I can make it. And I get to zap him. Half damage. And can't quite reach him with my sword, so I'm going to, at advantage, cast Sorceress Burst, and just gonna do lightning. Lightning. I wasn't targeting him again. Crap. Oh yeah, does it 27 hit?
Well, let's drag. You could drag over and see.
Do you need me to do that?
You can do that, but yeah. Yes, 27 does indeed hit.
It dang well, but let me do my lightning damage. Okay. Well. Damage is damage, I guess. And that's about all I can do.
Weldon up first again. In fancy.
We should hobble over to the little circly thing.
Move my thing. Move me. Over here.
No, you have to be in the.
Yeah, I'm
Blue
in it.
square, not the
No.
big
Oh,
circle.
in the blue
yeah, the square's
square.
where the charges are.
Kind of go best. Got going there.
Move my turret there. Oh, I'm like, what did my turret do? And then I'm gonna. Can I target myself? I can.
You can.
Woo. There we go. Let's go. And then. And I can untarget everybody, but where's that button?
That's the like a
Target
target
enemy unit.
with a
There
line
we go.
through it. Yeah. Like the radial target with a line through it clears all targets. At the top of the map.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. I'm in that mode. Okay. Fire in my laser.
Yes, sir. Pick and poke. Oh.
Heavy. Too heavy
The-
to exist in this world.
The Eldritch Blast looks like it gains. It's like a railgun bolt, and it looks like it gains mass and gets bigger and bigger as it hits him square in the head and expands through his whole face. And his face opens and splits, and then turns around and in on itself, and then that cascades down through the very middle of his core, splitting his in half. And as it splits, it starts the pieces that are no longer connected start to dissipate until it comes all the way through, and then it shudders out of existence.
Duh. We did it! We survived
Can
5 minutes in town!
Nice. The remaining charges on my healing spirit.
Yes.
Assuming-
You can, you can just go nuts with it.
I mean, I'm like 4, so I can't totally go nuts.
Yeah, just imagine you told everyone to stand in it.
Yeah.
Wherever.
What is
Keep
that?
my-
That's 3, and then I'll probably do the last one on. Yeah, and then so I have one more.
keep my guard up, but I guess hearing the noises of the town run back in.
Yeah, the second that the last one splits apart, you can see like instantaneously, as though the shadows were never there, and then someone just kind of brushes past you and like looks at you like why are you just standing like a dumbass in the middle of the street? Get out of the way! And as people are trying to weave in and out around you throughout this side street here.
Well, we're still in combat. I attack. um, I looked at Val and I was like, "You familiar with Shadowfell assassins? Any insight?"
The lady doesn't usually employ Dragonborn in her servitude.
Yeah, I tried to look him down. It's a shame there's nothing to inspect here now, but I didn't. Maybe they were Palor or something. I didn't see any type of. They were hired hands. Are they that low in resources?
I can't prove it, but this feels like magic mimicry.
Can you jump? Were we like in the shadow? Were we somewhere in between here in the Shadowfell? Can you just jump in between? Is that something you've ever been trained? Is that what happened, I guess?
Val, roll a... what skill? It's definitely Shadowfell related, but... I'm trying to think about what skill would make the most sense for this kind of... They probably just straight up... History would be my guess. One of the... Or even Arcana. Now this we can do one of each with advantage. One Arcana, one History. I think that covers the two things that I was wanting to cover with that.
And which one with advantage?
Both. They are in the vein of knowledge of the Shadowfell. So History and Arcana. Okay, so the Arcana being the high one here. So definitely some kind of reality warping thing, like very similar to how the like the Abendroth monster warped reality around it. The Twilight nature wasn't Shadowfell magic. It was definitely reality warping, and maybe even like looking around, like now that you have just a second to think about like your surrounding, that guy that brushed past you was right in front of you, was the last person you remember seeing before everything was gone. The one that kind of bumped into you and said, "Why'd you stop and get out of the way?" kind of thing. So not only is that like something weird happened reality warping, but it's almost though time stopped. There was a bit of a time stop in this.
That last scrap's left me thirstier than the desert forge.
This may not even be totally related to our other missions. This could be enemies of what we're doing here.
What?
Trying to prevent.
I mean, who are we as far as they're concerned? Like,
We are. Common people recognize us when we came through the portal. They know we represent Kanos.
Kanos, yeah, but like, in the grand scheme, we're still not even. I don't know. We're the muscle. We're not the brains of anything.
What are you talking about? We smashed him proper. Oh yeah, wait, that's supportive. Sorry.
That
burp.
That dust up had all the signature of the radiant eclipse on it.
But it wasn't. Right? I mean, radiant eclipse, you know, they're kind of like terrorists. They like their name on things. They're not
Unless
doing
they're
stuff.
playing a different hand here with the politics, it would be wise of them not to be in the open.
You think they're also playing behind Einar, and that's
If not for the conflict with Einar, we would have the resources to completely wipe out every spot that was on that map.
yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
So without, if we stop, if we can somehow, if they, not us, but can make peace with Einar, then they are going to stand very, very exposed.
And that means that the Einarians don't realize that they're the ones that are controlling the situation. I mean, Radiant Eclipse are the ones controlling the situation, which means if we can get Einar to see that they're not really calling the shots, pull the mask off the puppeteer, so to speak.
That would be the hope.
Alright, well, I need another bath, because from laying in this dirty, piss-filled street. Shall we continue to the castle?
Walk and talk to the lodgings.
Now we really could use a rest.
A short rest. Get our HP back. Bacon does look a little more stressed than he did before, simply because I think he was I think he was already nervous about talking to the leaders that were on our side, but having to talk to our leaders.
Also, like, if this is some third party or not the Twilight Eclipse, or even if it is, like, what you fought against right there, like, some of the abilities they were using, there was only a couple of them. Like, the people you fought in the main mausoleum guarding the big shadow portal, like, some of them had some pretty cool magic stuff they were doing, but they weren't like, these assassins were clever and using weaknesses against you strongly in a very short little piece. And there was only a couple. Like, if you'd fought a big company of those in the mausoleum, your thoughts are like, man, like, if they'd have sent a bunch of that at us, we wouldn't have made it. What the hell?
It's concerning if the Radiant Eclipse has many more allies than realized. They are, good. Keegan doesn't know.
We traversing to the estate.
Yes.
Okay. So just a little further along the roads, you see the large looming city gate, and you can see that those leaving the gates have to go through severe scrutiny. In the city, they are super happy to have anybody and everybody, very diverse. But out into the world of Taft, that is the gnomish country, they don't want people wandering around unless there is some very specific like purpose or whatever. So they're checking credentials, and there's a lot of people to get. Like, people don't just come and go as at whim to leave the city. But as you come through, you're notable, and you're on a list, and so they let you through. And I said, finally, we get some delegates from Kanos. Carry on to the estate. You leave the city, and then you follow the road a little bit. They kind of point off. There's a large hill just southeast of the city that you can notice the harbor kind of follows down a little further in that little inlet just past the city gates and walls and around, and then the rising up to a big hill above where that harbor connects. And then where the road connects, there's a giant walled castle. Inside, like you come across the walls, and you will see a whole bunch of guards at the gates, and then also patrolling around the walls. And as you come to the gates, they again check your credentials, and you look inside. You see a beautiful old country castle and a large estate, and then off to the side another what seems to be equally sized estate building, all past a large hedge garden with a big fountain in the middle. I have a picture of it. Picture.
I'm sorry, but what's with the horse?
Yeah, something a little funky with the horse, huh?
Got
Got smeared.
It's just a gnomish horse.
Got smeared a little.
its
Horse,
its tail
armadillo.
is also coming out of its leg. One of the legs is on, like, sideways. The other horse is also really wacky.
They,
It's very shadowy. We got more assassins.
This is in the
Those
off
Irish
season
dogs.
bit. This is the farm ranch. This is the ranch for horse born with defects, and here you are. What you've done, making fun of them. They were born this way. They didn't get a choice about it.
They're magical horses.
Chernobyl estate.
It's called Chernobyl.
So when once you kind of enter, you can see this was once some kind of big noble's manor, and then off to the side was the other buildings that were built to accompany these sorts of delegations and the like. As you come through, you can see carriages abound. So apparently other people had carriages, and there were, but maybe they're all here. There's this huge parade of what is pageantry, of people in the most gaudy of dress, either huddled amongst little clusters of people, or coming in and out of carriages, and servants wisping one way or the other, carrying things. Some of the stewards meet you as you enter closer to the gardens and say, "Welcome. We've been expecting some delegates of Kanos for some time now. I'm glad that you finally arrived. We were beginning to worry that you wouldn't be represented."
Just as an aside to Dagon, I say, wait a minute. I thought we weren't like the main delegates. Aren't we just supposed to be like bodyguardish?
The slight panic you see on his face lets you know that, yes, he thought the same thing.
Fancy just has this big, dumb grin on his face. Like, this is perfect.
You do recall that Ileana had said that they had already sent some delegates who were supposed to be the diplomats. They sent them a couple of days ago.
So I guess I repeat them. So no one else from Kanos has arrived.
They likely received our same warm welcome.
Yes.
No, you were the first to arrive. Was kind of surprised. We expected you even over the last couple of days. It's good though that you came. For tonight is the welcoming gala. So it is important that all of those who intend to participate can come together and get to know one another before having to reach what might be trying times in negotiations and the like. It's always best to maybe understand one another, be on the same page before entering such terse negotiations. When the clock strikes 9 of the eve, The gallows shall begin, and then he points off to that big building off to the side. The main hall will be done. It'll be a fancy affair. In the meantime, if you wish to rest, it kind of looks at you or freshen up a little bit. Rooms have
Yes,
been
of
prepared
course.
for you.
Our carriage broke down.
I like self-consciously start like brushing my coat off a little bit before.
You look as bad as them horses right now.
Fancy just spins around one time and makes his cloak absolutely ridiculous, yellow, glowy, fantastic.
Oh my, are you the jester? Are you entertainment for the eve? We've been waiting on one.
He frowns.
Oh, I do hope
Tegan
I did
says
not
nothing.
offend. Are you part of the delegation then?
No offense taken. I am the
He-
delegation. These
He is
are
a
my
man
bodyguards.
of many talents.
Oh, my truest apologies.
Apology accepted, of course,
He's
of
like
course.
bowing, like scraping,
worries.
He's like almost folded at the ankles, kind of bowing, like he's way down there, like
Oh, no,
like
no,
oh
that's-
shit, I fucked up,
we-
you know.
We don't do that here. That's not needed.
Don't worry about him. He gets his feathers easily ruffled, but it doesn't mean much.
Well, I do apologize again. Perhaps maybe I shall lend you to the rooms so that you can
Yes,
can
please.
go about your business. Again, 9 in the eve. If you have any need, just ask the servants.
Yes, thank you so much.
So he kind of leads you through in through the main entrance, and you can see, there are banners lining banisters all throughout of like all the major countries' powers and their symbology and some different heraldry all throughout. Even the curtains have been changed to have different country symbols and things all along. They have been preparing for this with some extravagance for some time now. Like the air in here is like you get into an elevator after somebody's got like way too much cologne. Like you know that all these uppity nobles are like fully perfumed, and so when you walk in, it's like this. You almost get knocked down by the concentration of perfumes and other things to hide the normal smells that they'd used in the Middle Ages, and like the air is kind of thick with it, but you can also smell like an abundance of ink. And just looking around at even there's a handful of people that are again kind of like in little clusters all throughout, and you can see from their posture like some shoulders hunched and the way the eyes are darting and eyebrows are scrunched, that there is some level of nerves and concern and suspicion is just the air that is almost palpable when you walk into this major place. It's like this. There are servants in livery of all the different nations, and you kind of notice there are some that are like pretending to work. That's pretty obvious that they are like they're dusting the same spot over and over again, as they're like kind of watching or listening. This is meant to be neutral ground, but the walls themselves seem to listen. You're led to your quarters. They're elegant chambers. The curtains are drawn tight and lanterns are trimmed low. The steward bows as he lets you in. You notice that other servants, as you pass by, they're all bowing very quickly, and they're avoiding gaze and then scurrying very quickly, as though every second is on borrowed time. So, so again, the welcoming reception, the main gala begins at the 9th bell. Until then, you may rest. And then he says, but if I may, and he kind of lowers his voice a little, there are too many hands in this house, too many ears. Even walls have sides, my lords. Be careful what you speak. And with that, he closes the door behind him and walks away.
This person who welcomes, he someone from Taft.
Yes, he looks like someone who is of the livery of the, like a main person of the estate, not in livery of a country. More like standard butler uniform as opposed to everybody else. All the other servants have symbology and heraldry on even their uniforms.
Fancy.
As he tells us that, kind of bows. Like, we did not get your name.
It's Bradley. I am the head steward, so if you need anything, ask any of the servants. Can even be from someone else. They all have a network. It'll get to me.
Once he leaves the room, is he leaving?
I assume we have multiple
Yes.
rooms, not just one. But okay. The
Yeah,
suite.
Fancy
whatever.
closes the
It
door.
is a large suite with a common living space, with multiple rooms, some elegant rooms, and then some even servant rooms, all attached to this big suite. So it's like you have the entire manor is one big guest wing, if you will, and then each one is broken into like little pods for different countries' delegations, each with its own common living space, and then rooms around it.
So once Fancy shuts the door, he's going to turn around and, forgetting his dwarven heritage, takes on his very best snooty noble persona and says, search the rooms, everyone. Get to work. We have a lot to do. Everyone?
I don't want to speak for everyone, but I'm pretty sure we all ignore him as we usually do.
Search the rooms.
I'm about to make his shirt smell like fish.
Fancy goes about investigating. He's investigating the walls and things. He's expecting everybody to do the same, but he's just assuming that in this house of intrigue, that there's that the walls are actually listening. So he's trying to find out how they do that.
He took it literally.
Things where you can move
Yeah.
the eyes, and then you can look through the eye, or whatever. Like you're looking for the.
Yeah. That's what Fancy's got. All of his little things that he might be looking for about how that might be done.
All right. Well, roll an
The walls have ears?
Roll
Really?
an investigation check.
Literally believes the walls have ears.
Looking
You
for
know,
ear holes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
You are actually shocked, surprised to find that there are no hidden passages anywhere within your suite. Just downright shocked. It doesn't appear that there are hidden entrances, exits. There's no egress. There's no specialized holes for listening. You are surprised.
I could use a pint, lads.
I'm so confused. Where are we going?
If we're going to a gala as the only Kanos diplomats, we might need to. Well, I don't have anything to wear.
Wait a minute. If the other delegation came here, and if they were attacked in that timey-wimey thing, what happened to? Where are they? What?
Well, I assume they're dead.
I have no way of contacting Eliana. We really need a burner phone or something. I can leave a message in my Seeker's book, but that doesn't get checked every day. That may not get checked for a week. And even then, there's proper channels with that, so
No sending stone?
don't have anything.
Well, that was an oversight on our part.
Don't think it will be a problem, as we already have a very good plan.
Again, though, going back to the I don't have anything to wear to a gala.
You're
Maybe we
right.
should go back into town.
Marcos, you're right. You and I, we should go shopping, I think.
Perhaps if we go back to town, we can pay someone to send a somewhat coded message to Ileana. Maybe why there's only 3 sent for us. I'm sure. If it was some of the rulers of Kanos that came down there, pretty unsound.
No, that you're certain that they are still mostly out and about. The only ones that you might expect that are you don't know where Izzy and Arden are. They were handling portals and doing some of that stuff in the Badlands. The last you really knew where they were. You don't know where Carr is at, or you might expect to maybe see Bijou and Lodrin here in Taft. That was one place that they had been as of late, so that they're possible. But yeah, no.
Wouldn't they have gone missing though? Wouldn't somebody else have noticed that the Kanos delegates teleported in and then didn't show up at the estate because
Maybe they didn't get a burner phone either.
Well, yeah, but I mean, aren't whoever is managing the portals, aren't they aware when someone goes through it from both sides?
That is very reasonable for you to. People knew as somebody arrived, but here at the estate and at the gate, nobody had seen. That was the only checkpoints that you had talked to anybody about the previous delegates, or about those that had already been set. At the gate, they hadn't seen them, and at the estate, they hadn't seen them.
So they didn't make it out of this. So we should ask the steward who manages the portal, and maybe we should have a chat with them, although probability is that whoever's managing the portal are the people that gave us the welcome, because they would have known that they came in and not reported it if they're the ones that killed them.
Could be. A lot of could be's.
I mean, we can try to see if the people at the portal will give it. I don't think it will, but try to give us at least who came through, how many people. They may be dead. I don't know. Those assassins were pretty good.
So we have time to get a tailor, or
It is only
someone?
10 o'clock in the morning now, and they said 9th bell, which would be basically 9 p.m. In the evening. So you have about 11 hours worth of stuff that you can do.
Yeah.
Well, right, but I mean, a tailor is gonna take time to make clothes fit for a
You
gala.
might have to get it off the rack. Ugh.
We could decide if we want to send the other fancy out, change in a phone booth and form over and see if he
Can you
can.
prestidigitation tailor my clothes for me?
I just cleaned it.
No, just cleaned it.
Clean them. Dry clean. Not Taylor.
You didn't bring a fine set of clothes. I have a fine set of clothes in my thing, but yeah.
That might have been a bit of an oversight as well, thinking that way we were going.
I mean,
I'm good.
All good.
my armor always looks good anyway.
I got shift weave.
To be fair, we were expecting to be the bodyguards of the delegates, not the delegates.
Delegates, Jesus. Trad. Oh my god. Anyway.
The voice from the skies misinformed us.
Not surprised. I guess.
No. Yeah. So we should head into town, find an apothecary, maybe a healer to patch us up a little bit, and
We'll probably take a short rest here of like 30 minutes hour before we go.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm assuming this stuff's gonna be happening the next session, but look for Taylor talking to the portal
Yes,
people.
yes.
Maybe find someone who can send a message, and maybe sending other Fancy out to see if he can't suss out some people who may be against what's going on here. And I don't know, whatever. What else we
And next time on Dragon Ball Z, we're gonna find it. Yep, I think that's probably where we can. That's some good thoughts, some good plans.
Yeah, that's good.
And we'll see where we go.
When everybody starts to leave, Val's gonna like pull his hood up and like skulk and try to stay unnoticed, not with the group.
I don't want to be associated with these people.
Yep.
And then yeah, that's kind of where we are. So now we the whining and dining in pleasantries with cloak and dagger underneath will begin. More begin? Begin more? Begin again?
Did you stop the stream?
Dude,
Finally start.